Hello and welcome to Downtime Fun. This week I'm not going to solve a puzzle but going to build something that I'm also really fond of, an automatic mechanical watch. I've thought about building one for a long time but have always been procrastinating until recently I have decided to pull the trigger and get the parts from Taobao. Here they are, the parts that are required to build a fully functional watch. First we have the case and the bracelet. It feels quite heavy in the hands. Let's see, from those who know their watches, you may already have some idea what sort of watch I'm planning to build from this case alone. It's going to be a sports watch of some sort, and the bracelet and case is of quite decent quality, I must say. Apparently the seller claims it is made out of 904L steel, but I have my doubts given I only paid around $20 for it. Anyway, it looks the part and feels pretty good in the hands. There is also a see-through case back, but I chose the steel case back because the movements that we are going to use is not really that pretty, so it's better to cover it up in my opinion. Let's quickly take off the bracelet before we can take the case back out, so it should not be too difficult. Talking about the movement, here it is. Better handle this with care. But this is the Seiko NH35 movement, which has a date display. It's an automatic movement, features 24 joules, operates at 21,600 vibrations per hour and boasts a 41-hour power reserve. Not bad for a movement that cost another $20. Then here are the hands that I chose. I've chosen two sets of hands. I haven't decided which one to use yet, but maybe we will know when we take a look at the dial, which I'm super excited about. And then this is the dial that we are going to use, and it is a augmented celebration dial, which looks like a Rolex, but the main color is mango yellow, and it looks super cool in my opinion. The original version is in turquoise, but given I'm building this watch myself, I didn't want it to be an exact replica. So first, let's take off the screw down case back. It's pretty easy, it's loose at the moment, so I can just use my fingers to screw it out. And then I'll see how I can place the dial on the movement. There are little metal posts protruding at the bottom of the dial. And they're extra ones because this dial I think fits into different types of movements. So I have to remove it with some sort of pliers. Here we go, the dial is on the movement. It fits perfectly. Right, and here comes the hard part. I have already placed the first hour hand on, which is pretty easy. But now on to the minutes hand, which will be on top of the hour hand. I have to make sure that the alignment is correct. But as you can see, my pliers are not very good and my hands are even worse. So I'm finding it very challenging to really manipulate the hands and put it on the correct position. Okay, the minutes hand is done. So as you can see, it moves as it should be. Now I can align both the hour and minute hand. And the last challenge is to place the seconds hand, which is super thin and it looks fragile. Let's see. Seems like it's not perfectly aligned, so I have to sort it out now before I put the seconds hand on. Right, fast forward for another 15 minutes. I have finally placed the second hand in the place where it is. It's not easy, but now I know the trick and it's on. So not going to do anything else on it. Just put it into the case, like so. I know it feels a little bit cringy without the finger gloves, but it works. It's my first time, I'll try it. Now we have to install the stem for the movement, which acts as the adjuster for the hands. For this one, it's a lot longer than it has to be because it can fit in different case sizes. So as you can see, after I push it in totally, there is still a lot of leeway that I have to remove. So what we have to do now is to measure how much we have to remove from the stem, and then we will have to cut it out. So I have measured it, and now I know I have to cut it somewhere here. And then we have to screw the crown back in. Okay, it's measured. It should be okay now. Let's see. The hands adjustments work, so it works as it should be. Let's see if it needs any calibrations. It's fine. Now the screw down of the screw down crown also works. That means it's done. Okay, and the last thing we have to do is to place the bracelet back onto the case, which should not be too difficult. Oh, and the last thing is to measure out my wrist and to adjust the bracelet so that it fits my wrist. Again, not too difficult. And this is the final product. Oh, and I have to remove the protective layer on the sapphire crystal. Here we go. Wow, I'm super happy with the end product. It feels very good on the wrist, and this mango yellow variation just looks really cool. What do you think about this build? Let me know in the comments below. Please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. We will be back to puzzle solving again next week. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!